Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the first time I'm doing this. This is the first ever video on this particular YouTube channel. And this is going to be the recap of the last 4 weeks. So on March 22nd, I dove in headfirst and I said, okay, it is time to build. If I back up even further, in September of last year, really in August, on August 29th, I quit my job. And I was completely burnt out. I was done with work and I was just so tired of honestly building something for somebody else. I'd asked for equity at that particular company and they'd basically said no. I wasn't even looking for any salary raise. I was like, if I get a salary raise, I'd rather get more equity. And they basically said, no, that company's continuing to doing well. That would have been a really good decision. But I said, you know what? I'm done. I was just kind of burnt out. I'm like, what am I doing with my days? I took September, October, November, and December, those 4 months off. And the first basically 4 months now of this year being January, February, January, February, March, and now we're in April. I've been kind of like, okay, I need to do something. I need to explore. Taking time off is great, but I haven't been making money. So I've been selling down some of my investments. I've been dropping my cost of living down, and I'm going to continue to get it down as I start to build. But this video is really the first of many. This is weeks 0 to 4. So on March 22nd, I went ahead and I bought a Mac Mini, and I also, those couple days, I started with Claude. Really, was when I started with Claude was March 22nd, so that's why I know. So this is weeks 0 through 4 in my build. And right now I am building Chump, and I will get into what Chump is probably in another video, but I wanted to kick off the YouTube of my building process. I don't expect anyone to probably watch this video, but I think it will be interesting to look back when we're on week 52, because I hope to launch Chump, which is going to be, well, I'll get into what Chump is going to be soon, but I've been building Chump using Claude, using AI, doing some vibe coding, and also basically, sandboxing that away from my personal account or my personal accounts and my personal hardware being my laptop, using a Mac Mini. And I will go into how much that costs, what that looks like, dive into that a little bit later. But I wanted to kick this off because basically on every Sunday now, I'm going to do one of these videos that's basically like, this is what happened in the past week. Because it's been kind of crazy to build a one-person company, and that's what I'm trying to do, because I need to be the CEO, the CMO, the CFO. I need to be all of the C-suite. I need to be the directors. I need to be the middle management. And I need to be the ground hustlers. I need to be the interns. I need to be everything and the board. And I've been leveraging AI to do this. So it's going to be an interesting journey, an interesting experience. And I'm going to look back at this video and be like, oh my God, I remember when I did that. I remember recording that. I remember how long ago that felt. So there you have it. This is the first video of many. This is weeks 0 through 4. Next week, next Sunday, I'll put out a week 5 and I'll recap what I've done. And I'll probably also dive into then what I'm building, why I'm building it, etc., and probably talk about, because this week's going to be kind of crazy. I'm going through a lot of like, not just registering. Yes, I've registered the LLC and done all that. In fact, actually, before I close this video, let me tell you what I've already done. So got the Mac Mini, got my hardware, got the Claude, I got my software. I've registered the LLC. I've created probably 15 different accounts that I needed to create across social media and across like partners, the partners that I'll be using, the third-party apps, the SaaS products essentially I'll be using in the background that will tie in. It will be AI driven. Been doing all that. And with every one of those products, I've normally talked to somebody on the product team, or I have like an account manager, which has been super helpful to walk me through, because even when you look at a product that maybe you use all the time, you're like, oh, that must going to be easy to set up, like Stripe, for example. Stripe on the user experience is super easy to use, but when you're setting it up and you're setting up the payments, and you're setting up the products, there's a lot you need to think about. And there's a lot too from a legality of like, if you're selling a physical product or a digital product, what is the promise that you're making to that person? What is the contract that you're making? They're going to give you money. What are you giving them back? And thinking through that has been interesting, because I'm setting up a subscription that will be a monthly subscription, but you can also pay for a year. This is not complicated stuff when it comes to Stripe, but when you set it up, you really want to do it right the first time. So this next week, I'm going to be getting closer to prototyping, and I really want to get closer to prototyping because I need to start getting the beta out. And I need to start having people use the product and get feedback. I also want to use the product, and I want to see where the problems are so I can fix the code. All of these things. But yeah, weeks 0 to 4 have been kind of crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy what you can do with so little hardware and a little software. I think you can do amazing, amazing things. So Every week I'll be dropping one video on Sunday. This is weeks 0 to 4. If you're watching this, stay tuned. My goal over the next year is to build probably 2 companies. I definitely want to start. I'm starting with Chump, and I'll leave Chump's URL below so you can go check it out and see what I'm building there. But I'm going to build Chump. And I also have another idea, which I'm probably not going to share too publicly until Chump is off the ground and Chump is moving, because I'm going to learn a lot with Chump. And I think one of the coolest things about Chump, if you're listening to this, is Chump is going to be an appless app. So it's going to be a SaaS product, but there's not going to be an app. So you're not going to engage with it through the Google Play Store or through the App Store. That's all I'll say. Go check out highchump.com. Don't want to say anything more right now. I think that's all you kind of need. And I think I just need to get this video out. I've been telling myself, you got to do a video, you got to do a video. And now I've started. So every Sunday, there'll be a new week's video. This is weeks 0 through 4, or 1 through 4, I guess I should say, or the first 4 weeks. Next week will be week 5. Stay tuned. Thanks for following. And I keep up more regularly with Instagram and Threads, and I'll leave those links, or those links will be in my account. If you want to reach out and you want to talk, go ahead and do that. You can also find me at getjarrett.com. So I will see you for week 5. A lot of updates as I get ready to prototype. And if you're interested to see what I'm building, go to highchump.com. Like I said, it's an appless app, and it does have to do with personal finance, which is a topic I am clearly super passionate about. So thank you if you've listened this far. Thank you so much. In fact, if you listened this far, leave a comment below. Write a word or something. Write Chump below in the comments, and then I'll know that you listened this far, and that would mean a lot, because I'll look back on this video and be like, oh my gosh, that video only got 10 views, but there were all these people now following. And so big shout out to the OGs. Also, so I can look back and be like, oh my gosh, that person listened to this video. So comment Chump, and then I'll know. I'll be like, oh, good. Somebody listened to the video all the way through. Awesome. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good end to your weekend, and I hope you have a good week. And I'll see you next Sunday for a recap of week 5, building a solo company, building a company by myself using AI. Thanks.